Sometimes my personality spitting for nothing, cause everybody's addicted to something. What you living with, I zone out and listen to the city. Therapeutic music, keep the users in the frenzy. Don't they know the house always wins? Whatever wager, I'm sure you can't afford it, so understand it's important. Kinda wild, the way I put it on it, just smile. Soundtrack.
You know, it never fails. Every time I come outside to smoke a cigar, it's always windy. Oh boy, but this time I came prepared. I got a glove. Every time I smoke a cigar and it's windy outside, my hands get a little chilly. So what's happening, y'all? Live from 215, it's me, Cool Guy P, here with another beautiful smoking Sunday. So today I'm smoking Arturo Fuente. This is a Maduro, I believe. I think this is a Maduro. Yeah, nice dark leaf. Maduro. So I'm right. Anyway. Oh man. A lot is going on this week. Very productive week, to say the least. But as I was on my way to work, you know, riding the bus as I normally do, and you know, riding a bus, it gives me time to sit and think and just mentally prepare for work, and then coming home, it gives me time to mentally decompress. You know, but one of the things I would think about is, you know, what have I done to get me to where I am today? You know, I always think about, like, when I moved to LA, one of the things that one of the philosophies that my dad beat into my head is let your work speak for you. You know, so when I moved to LA, I had that in my head. You know, how did I let my work speak for me? You know, or I should say, you know, when I get out there, I'm going to let my work speak for me. You know, because being in LA, you get a lot of this. Oh, I'm the dopest comic around. I'm the dopest graphic designer. I'm the dopest artist, or dopest singer. No, I'm a great actor, great actress, and the list goes on. You know, you can say all of that, but then at the end of the day, the people that you're appealing yourself to, the number one thing they're going to ask is, what do you have to show? What have you done? What can I see? You know, and you can talk all you want, but they want to see that work. They want to see what have you done, what they, you know, what makes you so dope. You know, and you know, a lot of what's going on today is, you know, the term for it is capping. You know, everybody's capping. Everybody thinks that capping is the quickest and the easiest way to wealth or to success, and it can get you but so far, but it's going to be that one step that you have to take, and you can't take that step because you didn't put the work in to prepare for that step. You know, so when I moved to LA, got all on with me. So when I moved to LA, you know, I met with folks, and you know, at the end of the day, you know, I did certain things. I did photography, I did graphic design, I did, you know, motion graphics and animation, and you know, stuff like that. So going back to my, you know, my mentor Zoe Williams, you know, he was that first guy that he took me up under his wing. When I moved to LA, well, I'm sorry, prior to moving to LA, I went out there for my birthday, my 25th birthday, and that's when I met him. I met Zoe. And I just came to a show because I was a huge fan, and I was wanting to sit in the audience. This was when he was at RMC, and you know him, and shout out to Jeff Brown and shout out to Poetess. You know, I came in there, red Phillies hat, white jeans, red sneakers, and RMC was in Crip territory. I didn't know. I had my Phillies hat on. I'm repping my city to the fullest, but lo and behold, I'm in Crip territory, and all I needed was one person to be able to come up to me, yo man, where you from? It's like, oh, wait a minute. But let me get back to the story. So I met Zoe, and I come back home after my birthday, and I reached out to him, and I'm like, yeah, I'm a huge fan of your show. Just to let you know, I do graphics and animation or whatever, and I would like to put together a little 30-second commercial for the show. All right, make it happen. He replied back. All right, cool. So I do a little bit of it, and I send him a snippet. The snippet had to be like 18 seconds. Sent it to him. 5 minutes later, he emails me back. Yo, call me. Gave me his phone number, and I remember talking to him. He was like, yeah, if you could finish this up and if you could put together a sizzle reel, you know, we can take this over to BET, VH1, and blah, 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 blah. Sorry if I'm shivering, because it's still chilly. But anyway, so I finish it up, and this time I end up moving to LA. Got fired from my job. The day I came back from vacation, I get fired. So I'm like, that's a sign from God. All right, I'm out. So moved to LA in August, and I meet up with him. We go to the Soulful Spot in Inglewood. Ooh, shivering? All right, anyway. So yeah, go to this Soulful Spot in Inglewood. And sat, had a chance to really like chop it up, break bread, and he asked me if I hooped. Of course, like I had my irises on, laced up. I'm like, yo, I say laced up all the time. What's up? He was like, yo, tomorrow morning, come out to Santa Monica, and you know, bring your boss up with you. We gonna hoop. And I'm like, all right, bet. He was like, yeah, but you know, when we hooping with a lot of older guys, and these are guys that are supposed to be, you know, movers and the shakers of the entertainment industry. Directors, executive producers, lawyers, you know, the whole nine. So I'm like, all right, cool. Ain't nothing to it. He's going out to go hoop, you know. So go hoop. He introduces me to everybody, and then from that point, me and him, that's when we kind of started our mentor mentee, young Padawan, or whatever you want to call it, you know. But yeah, so like we, you know, talk on the phone, break bread, and all of that. So it came down to it. When I did the work, I showed what I can do instead of just talking about it. Yeah, I'm a graphic designer. All right, well, I say I'm a graphic designer, but let me show you what I can do. I'm gonna let my work speak for me. So do that, and then he moves his show to a different studio, and this is when he went to T Radio V. T Radio V is a studio in Hollywood, and you know, regular radio studio. This is like T Radio V, in my opinion, was kind of like the thing that sparked the podcast movement that you see today. Because a lot of people had podcasts, a lot of people had radio shows, but nobody was, you know, video. It wasn't being filmed. Excuse me. It wasn't being filmed, so the whole idea of radio being television, it started with T Radio V. So he moves there. He's like, yeah, man, we doing a new show there, so if you can come through, take pictures, X, Y, and Z. I'm there. So do the first show. This was January 2014. I'm going somewhere with this. So do all of that, take the pictures. Later that night, he hits me up. Yo, man, what you think about the show? Man, the show was dope. You know, I I like being in the mix again and seeing everybody, meeting everybody, taking shots. So I had a shots over to tomorrow morning. All right, cool. And what I told him was, the show was great, but you need something to land the plane. Land the plane? What you talking about? Like, you need somewhat of a like a final thought. Like Jerry Springer has a final thought. You need to have Zoe's final thought. Yo, I never thought about that, man. That's dope. All right, cool. And then he asked me, yo, how would you like to be associate producer of my show? Bear shit was, of course. You know what I mean? Like, why would I say no to that? You know? So end up being the associate producer of the show. Meet his publicist, shout out to Linda Jones, really good people. And that's when things kind of took off. So he, like I said, took me up under his wing because of the work that I put in. I wasn't talking. I was just, yo, Chris, we need this. Could you do this? Blah, blah, blah. Say no more. Done. And I get it done. So, oh, the girl went out. Anyway, so, man, where was I at? Oh, okay, so I was talking about, oh yeah, we're doing the show. Took me up under his wing, and he's showing me the ropes as far as how to produce a show, how to plan for a show, how to write for a show. So, you know, again, I didn't ask him or anything like that. It was just like stuff that he would do. I would ask questions, but I'll also just take mental notes for myself. You know what I mean? So, long story short, this was May. No, I'm sorry. This was like late April 2014. Corey Holcomb comes and does the show. And if you remember the Zoe What show, Zoe What Morning show back at T Radio V, all of the graphics, the intro videos and stuff like that, that was me. So, yeah, so I do all of that, and especially like the during the breaks videos and stuff like that, that was me shooting that. And I did the graphics for, you know, not Zoe's, but Jeff's intellectual reign. Corey's there. So he's looking and he's like, yo, who did that? So I'm standing behind Corey filming. Corey's like, yo, who did that? Zoe points right behind him to me. That man right there standing behind you. He turns around. I do my best to do Corey's voice. Yo, man, I want to work with you, man. You know, I suck at it. But anyway. So yeah, he's like, yo, I want to work with you, man. I'm like, all right, say no more. Let's talk. So me and him talk, chop it up. And then a couple months go by. Summer goes by. It's like late August, early September. The rebirth of the 5150 show. That was me again. So, not to brag, but to humbly brag. But anyway, saying all of that to say, I didn't come up to Corey, yo, man, I do Zoe stuff over here. I, you know, do X, Y, and Z. You know, I'm the dopest graphic designer, photographer, blah, 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 blah. Nah. Yo, who did that? That man right there. What's happening? You know? And from there, from me working with Zoe, you know, I'll tell any and everybody this. My capabilities right now as a producer and as overall creative, I attribute 97% of it to Zoe Williams. You know, I'll wait for that to go by. Gloves ain't working. But anyway, so yeah, I attribute a lot of my capabilities to Zoe Williams. You know, I've been seeing a lot of bad. he's been getting a bad rap lately after everything happened with the 5150 show, but I'll be the first to tell you, man. I ain't gonna say all my life would be shit when I was old, no. But the capabilities that I have, where people are hitting me up, asking me if I can produce their podcast or produce their radio show, I attribute 97 to 99% of that towards Zoe, because Zoe was the reason why I have the abilities that I have now. You know, so gotta give people their flowers, man. You know, going back to letting your work speak for you. Damn, I'm like shivering like crazy. You hear it in my voice and all of that. But yeah, Zoe's been getting a lot of bad rap, and to me, I feel like it's from people that are entitled. You know, these people that have been talking about Zoe, I don't know them personally, or I should say I don't know them like that, and I won't put their names out there like that. But just what I've been seeing is just like, yeah, I was working with Zoe and I asked Zoe for this and he didn't give it to me. What have you done to get something? You know, not just show up. Like, what type of work are you putting in? Are you sitting there learning? Are you observing and stuff like that? So this way you can take what you're learning and observing from being with Zoe and do it for yourself. You know, you got a lot of people, since I'm under this person's gonna hook me up with this. Like, it's a lot of put me on people out here. And it's like, no, you put yourself on. You create a lane for yourself. You know, when I moved to LA, I literally created a lane for myself, where all I did was I went out there, I have all of these talents and abilities, I'm gonna put them to work, and I'm gonna show you more than I can tell you. You got a lot of people out here that just want to tell you and just feed you all of this wolf tickets, but they ain't got nothing to back it up with, you know? This is stuff I get really passionate about, because like, I'm one of them guys, and I'm not trying to brag on myself, but I can literally say I'm one of them guys where it's no talk for me. It's all work. You know, my parents put that in me, put that in my sister. No, we gonna work for ours. If a man don't work, he don't eat. Shout out to my great grandma. That was her motto. If a man don't work, he don't eat. And I'm a foodie. I love food, I love to eat, and I love being able to work for mine. I like being, you know, straight from the bud with it. I don't want no hookup. You know what I mean? And even with Corey, I didn't get a hookup from him. Everything that I did, just work. You know, I asked him for a hookup here and there, you know, but it wasn't on the tip of like, yo man, put me on with Kevin Hart. Blah, blah, blah. No. I want to make my own way to Kevin Hart. And me making my own way to Kevin Hart, you'll find out after that I work with Corey. You know what I mean? And that's it, man. You really gotta let your work speak for you. I had this conversation with my girlfriend about that, you know, because she wants to come to LA too, and I don't want to get too detailed in our about our conversation, but I had to tell her the same thing. Before you come out there, make sure that you have something to show. Because you can talk, like, you're gonna talk to people, X, Y, and Z, you meeting people and telling them about what you do. The first thing I'm gonna ask is, what's the website? Where can I get some? Do you have any samples? If you don't have that, as soon as they turn, like, soon as you are out of their eyesight, they done forgot about you. You know what I mean? So it's the same way with the creative space, or the creative society that we're in now. let your work speak for you, not because of who you know and X, Y, and Z. What do you do? What do you do? You know, as they say, it's not about what you know, but who you know, but it's more so about what do you do more than who you know. Because what you do determines who you know. You know? So, and I'll even go into that. You know, what you do determines who you know. Me working with Zoe led me to work with Corey, led me to work with Jamie Foxx. Crazy as it may seem. Like, doing everything for Zoe. Corey sees it. Yo, he wants us to work together. Cool. Still working for Zoe. Me, my brother DJ Always, salute to him. Got cool with him. He tells me about the whole like he's DJ No Red Foxhole, and their photographer ended up being trash. So he's like, yo, you be interested? Now mind you, sorry for sharing, but now mind you, when I was here in Philly, my first job out of college, doing graphic design, or doing motion graphics, but you know, I'm on my computer all day. I'm on my computer all day. And go on YouTube and I look up, I just see something that says Kevin Hart versus Jamie Foxx. What the hell is this? Listen to it, and it was like, oh my God. I never knew that Jamie Foxx had a radio show or a radio station. So I ended up seeing all the old episodes, and I would listen to them every day. And I would sit there, listen to it. I'm like, damn, I would love to be a fly on the wall in that room, right? Now this was 2011, 2010, 2011, 2012. And you mean to tell me 2 years later, I'm in that room that I was wishing that I was in? That's all God. But yeah, that's all God, and it's also all work. I didn't know that was coming. It just happened because of the work that I put in. You know what I mean? So, man, I can go on and on with that, because shoot, I'll save the Super Bowl story for another day. But that day, I felt like I was the shit. Like Debo, you know, rest his soul, Brother Tiny. Like, I was his man. You know, and I think because I look like Ice Cube from what people say, but it's not funny. Anyway, so yeah, man, you know, I just wanted to share that story with you. I'm about to enjoy the rest of this Arturo Fuente. Make sure y'all go to my website, crispystudios.com. Follow me on Instagram at CoolGuyP, at Crispy Studios, at Noir by Crispy. Go to icedreamfilms.com to book your next podcast recording in our studio that we have. I'll make sure everything's at the bottom of the screen and on the end slates of this video. So yeah, man, let your work speak for you, because the work that you do opens the doors for you, you know, to meet certain people and have people meet you and stuff like that. Real quick, following TJ Millionaire Mentor, he said on, you know, talking about networking, he says, not about who you know, but who knows you. That's something key as well. And the thing is, the work that you do will also determine who knows you as well, because those are the people that are going to see your work and they're going to want to work with you. So, man, I felt good saying that, because I'm a living testament of that. Like, it's crazy how I'm working for Zoe, then all of a sudden I'm in Phoenix for the Super Bowl, and I'm Jamie Foxx's photographer. No get no better than that, you know. So yeah, man, all God, all work. I think that's my next t-shirt. So with that being said, I love y'all. Keep smoking cigars responsibly. Keep drinking your whiskey with cigars responsibly. enjoy life, sit back and relax and just be, man. All right, I'm out.